All right, you guys, welcome back to the Outdoor RX YouTube channel. In today's video, it's all about local tournaments and how they've gotten completely out of control, and hopefully, maybe we can change some things to where the public doesn't hate us anymore. So you guys, before we dive into it, I want to just please invite you guys to like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all your support, your comments, your feedback. And make sure you're subscribed for that giveaway at 5,000 subscribers, you guys. If you're not subscribed, you're not going to be in the running for that sweet giveaway. So make sure you subscribe. All right, you guys. First things first, there are just too many tournaments, period. We're not talking about the elites. We're not talking about the opens. We're not talking about the bigger tournaments. We're talking about local level tournaments. There are entirely too many of them on basically every lake in the country. I know there's a few lakes here and there that aren't getting destroyed from too many tournaments, but you guys, we have to take into consideration how the public feels about this, because since the beginning of fishing tournaments, it was all about getting accepted into the public's eye for coming to their local bodies of water and holding tournaments. We've taken that for granted, in my opinion, and it's just gotten completely out of control. They're unregulated. Anyone can host a tournament and basically do a jackpot tournament, and you're going to have people show up. And I'm just going to use the lake that I grew up on, Clater Lake, Virginia. Y'all can look it up. It's an impoundment of the New River. It is a small body of water, but I'm just going to go into the amount of tournaments that I know about that happen on a weekly basis starting in April and go all the way through the late fall. So you've got Tuesday and Thursday night tournaments. Those are from 6:30 to 10:30. Then you have the Friday night tournament that is from 8 to 2. You have a Saturday day tournament. You have a Saturday night tournament from 8 to 2. And then you have a Sunday day tournament. So that's 6 tournaments a week, every week, for more than half of the year. You also have all of these people using forward-facing sonar, but we're going to get into that later on in the video. But if you have that much fishing pressure and that many tournaments on a body of water, you're going to upset a lot of people. And I'm not talking about the people that you go up to their dock and they start bitching at you for skipping a jig up under their dock. Those people can eat it. But I'm talking about your people that are going out fishing with friends and family that don't want to be bombarded every single time they go out. And most of those people are weekend warriors, and they're out, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and having these tournaments at night and all day. You're gonna make people not want to go out and enjoy their bodies of water. So all I'm pitching to the populace out here is to just have a couple a week. You don't have to cancel all of them, because everyone, fishing the local tournaments are fun. They're a great pastime for a lot of people too. So I'm not saying to eliminate them completely. I'm just saying tone it down, and maybe the public will jump on board with us again. There just needs to be fewer tournaments all the way around. Okay, another issue is how 99.9% of bass fishermen operate their boats. Especially the newer, younger anglers, when they get that sports car, if you will, their bass boat, they drive it wide open all the time, whether they're just fun fishing, practicing, or in a tournament. They drive like a jackass, and that not only pisses off the people that are out there on the water, it creates a dangerous environment for not only the anglers, it also creates a dangerous environment for the public that are out there just enjoying the lake. So, and you've looked at what happened already this year, more early in the year. There's been 2 bass boat accidents in tournaments. One of those crashes resulted in some fatalities. So what I'm saying is 100% true, and it needs to be toned down. And one thing, I was guilty of this as well, but as I matured throughout, owning a boat and seeing the issues, I didn't run 100% every single time I went out. And a matter of fact, in tournaments, I didn't run full steam hardly at all, unless it was the launch or coming back. If I needed to, I would use the boat to its fullest extent. But for the most part, you don't need to go that fast. It's just not that important, and you're not going to save that much time. So just tone it down there. And try not to act entitled, because I was there too. I did the same thing. I'm out, say you're out on a point fishing and there's 3 locals on the point and you're in a tournament. You think that you being there is more important than them. And I get it. I understand that feeling. You're like, God, I wish they would just move. Maybe I should say something to them. But in reality, you're not entitled to be there. It's public water. So these interactions that we have as anglers out on the water need to be good ones. You don't always run across someone, but I would say 50% of the time you have a conversation with a fellow bass angler out on the lake, and just try to make those good experiences for both parties, because that goes a long way and word travels fast in this industry. So those impacts that you have with people out on the water make a big difference, and can help our reputation as bass anglers just be better all the way around. So just carry yourself accordingly. Don't drive too fast. Be safe, and yeah, don't act like a jackass. Okay, this is another thing that I always preach on this channel, is conservation. So why don't we start? I mean, maybe I'll start one myself. I don't know. Going out to these lakes that say your home lake, the lake that you might not live on the lake, but the lake that you call your home lake. Instead of hosting a tournament every day, why not host a trash pickup day, a trash tournament? Whoever collects the most trash wins the pot for that day. That will create some incentive for the anglers to get out there and clean up the body of water that they exploit 24/7 for the tournament. So, and in the public, they'll see all these anglers at the boat ramp gathering and going out and getting trash and coming back, and they're going to ask questions. They're going to be like, oh, okay, guys, so y'all went out today and just collected trash? Good for you. We want you to come back here. We want you to fish this body of water. And if you want to have tournaments, go for it, because you're helping this body of water that we also enjoy with our families and friends. So good on you. That's just an idea. Pitch it out there. Maybe I need to start something like that myself if no one else wants to do it. But I think that is a great starting point, and that will just put us bass anglers into a better light in the public eye. So just a thought there on the conservation side, which is an extremely important side of things that just gets neglected and not even brought up anymore, which is a sad, sad thing. So, okay, another downside to having this amount of pressure in tournaments on these lakes, and you guys, I know I'm talking about the small lake that I call my home lake that I grew up on, but it's the same thing with, say, Lake Chickamauga. I have been there when there's been 500 boats at any given time fishing. I was practicing for an open back in the day as a co-angler, and I was practicing with a boater, and there were 2 massive tournaments the same day. There was a college event, and it was either a high school or college event. Don't quote me there. It was one of the 2, and there was the Big Bass Tour, which in and itself had 300 or 400 boats on top of the other tournament. So, and that's not including the open. So if you were to have all the opens guys out there, the Big Bass Tour, and a high school or college event, you do the math there. That's a lot of pressure on any body of water. So it's not just my home lake, it's all over the country. I'm just using my home lake as an example here, but people complain all the time about, man, this lake sucks, the fishing's not very good. Well, guys, if you tack on the fishing pressure on my home lake and any other lake in the country, the fishing's just going to get tougher. And then you pile on forward-facing sonar on top of everything, and it's just a message for disaster. There's no good outcome there. So if you limit the use of forward-facing sonar, you do all of these things that we've talked about, it's just going to create a better future for the sport. It's going to create the fisheries are going to be better to fish. It's going to just be better all the way around. All right, you guys. So that pretty much sums up what I wanted to get out to you guys. Don't act like a jackass on the water. Drive your boat responsibly. Don't have as many tournaments. Limit forward-facing sonar or ban it altogether. I'll compromise with just putting limitations on it. Go pick up some trash on your home lake. Tackle the conservation side. Limit the fishing pressure on the lakes. Do everything that we've talked about here, and it's just going to create a much better future for the sport, and it's going to make people happy. You might not have as many tournaments, but I guarantee you that it will be it will be good for the long run. So I appreciate you guys watching. Drop some comments down below on what you think. I want to hear what's going on in your home lakes. I also really want to know what you think about my conservation deal with holding a trash pickup tournament on your home lake. Let's start a conversation about it, you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.